Hi, I'm Lynn Blevins, and this is the Republican Hawk Show. We have a special guest today, Barefoot Patriot. How are you doing today?
Hey, Roman, are we on the air now?
Yep. Right now we're going to discuss a couple of things. For listeners out there who don't know what your YouTube channel is about, can you explain?
I'm the Barefoot Patriot, and I make videos that kind of reflect the way I look at things.
So you do commentary too, right? Yeah.
Sort of, with some comedy. I think politics are funny, and I think they should be presented in a funny way sometimes.
Yeah, it's good to do that sometimes, rather just stay on the same old, boring stuff. I have a couple...
I think if more people realized how funny it was, then they would follow it more, and then they would vote more for the right people if they were paying attention.
Yeah. I got a couple of questions for you to just see on your side of opinion. Do you think the government should give incentives to banks who lend money to people who want to buy homes?
Not at all.
Because if the government gave government gave incentives to banks, you don't think that's a good idea?
No, I think banks are in the money business. If they don't have the money, they shouldn't be banks.
And a second
right?
question, yeah.
I mean, if I was selling grass seed, I wouldn't want the government. I wouldn't. If it was a grass seed company, you wouldn't expect the government to give them grass seed, would you?
No, I wouldn't expect that. Yeah, no, I agree. And do you think that Obama made a mistake by choosing to limit the home buyer's tax credit to small loans and first-time home buyers instead of giving the same percentage credits to larger mortgages or second and third-time buyers?
Whoa, what was this again?
Oh, what I was asking was, basically, do you think Obama made a mistake choosing to limit the home buyer's tax credit to people who just want to buy small homes and small mortgages?
I don't know. I'm not a tax person. I'm not a tax preparer. I think if you're going to buy a home, you should have the money for it. It's like if you're going to buy a car, you should have the money for it. If you're going to buy anything, you should have the money for it.
But I think that he did make a mistake discriminating against those people who are second and third time home buyers, because if Obama's going to do that home buyer's tax credit to help people who want smaller loans, then why aren't you going to help, the people who are second and third time home buyers? Isn't that type like the law should be the law should be for everyone, right? Not just
absolutely should be for everyone. No, I'm for tax breaks. Is that what you're asking me? Is the tax on?
The home buyer's tax credit. Well, the home buyer's tax credit helps people. It gives them a tax credit cuts for people who are first time home buyers and who need small loans. It won't help people who want to buy second homes and have larger mortgages.
If you're going to get a tax break, that's fine.
But basically, what it's saying is okay.
Everybody.
But basically, what it's saying is okay. You're a first-time home buyer. You're not gonna get. You're not buying a big house, and this is your first time. So we're gonna give you money. But on the other hand, if you have buying a second home or third-time home, and you're a little wealthier, and you're buying a bigger house, well, no, the government thinks of it this way. Well, Obama thinks of it this way. Well, you have enough money. You can help yourself. We'll help the people who don't have that much. But the law should be for everyone, not
for everyone.
Yeah. Second question. Do you think schools should try harder to separate students according to academic talent so that fast and slow students can proceed at their individual rates? I go to public school, and I see that the slower kids in our class slow me down. They slow everybody else down. Do you think it's a good idea to just separate them and put them in a different class?
The slower kids?
Yeah, no, the kids that aren't as fast as learning. We should separate the kids based on their learning levels.
No, I think all kids should be treated equally.
But what I'm asking, like, do you think it's a good idea to have like classrooms for the kids who are higher in?
No, no.
All right. Next question.
No, I think they should all be just thrown in one room, and this is what you're going to learn today, and they should learn it.
Because I have advanced classes. I mean, something like that.
Dance classes?
Yeah.
Oh, you lost.
All right. So once now the question time's over. Can you tell people what are you trying to achieve? Like, what is your main goal that you want to get people? Like, you can tell people a big message right now. What would you say to them?
Pay attention and get out and vote. You know, I've been getting a lot of people telling me lately that they don't want to vote because, you know, politicians are controlled by other people. I mean, that's going to continue to go on no matter what. What we need to do is vote for people that are controlled less. Okay? Tuesday, you have a decision in most cases.
So
Tuesday, you have a decision in most cases of voting for a Democrat or a Republican.
I think the majority is gonna vote for Republican.
Absolutely.
But
what I'm saying is,
yeah,
voting for a Republican against a Democrat is a lot better than not voting at all.
I've heard from many people who send me messages on my show. They ask me, do you think that the people flip-flop around between parties? You see, I stick to my party, and I'm not even adult yet. I'm not even allowed to
I
vote.
don't even think, really, the party really doesn't even matter anymore. And what I was getting to is Tuesday you have on the ballot, it'll say Republican or Democrat. But you're either going to vote for somebody that's going to back Obama in his communist ways and his socialist, Marxist, whatever you want to call it. It's all communism. Okay, it's bad. Or you're going to vote for a Republican that at least is going to be better. But where it really counts is the primaries, and in between is more people got to pay attention and get out and vote in the primaries. If you don't like the guy that's been in there and it's been proven this time around, get him out of there. It's happened in a lot of states so far, or a lot of them got run out of town, they quit because they've seen it coming. What you're going to see on Tuesday is something that I've never even seen, and I'm, you know, getting up there in age. Take the House and the Senate back.
In my view, I think, yeah, and it looks like all the polls are showing. I think the Republicans are probably gonna win, most likely. They are.
Absolutely.
Because we need a good change. I don't think that spreading the wealth is a good idea. I think spreading the wealth will ruin itself. Because I went to go watch the movie I Want Your Money a couple of weeks ago, and in the movie it said that eventually if you keep taking the money from people and giving it away, that the system will fail. Do you think that's true?
Absolutely.
Because if we keep, taxing people who make over $250,000 a year, that's not right. And I heard Obama saying that you make enough money. You can never make enough money, and the government shouldn't be able to say whether you make enough money. Okay, give me your money. You know.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't be able to.
And but the system will fail itself if it keeps going like that. But that's what he wants to do. I want to know. I'm not really up to date, but I'm not up to date with the Bush tax cuts. Do you know anything about that?
They should be kept in place. Okay, during the debate before Obama got elected, he was asked about the capital gains tax, and he was for raising them. Okay. And the reason he was asked that because if you actually lower the amount of tax, you get more people investing. And it actually brings in more money for the government by lowering the tax. It's been proven. And then not only does it lower the tax and more people invest, it creates a lot of jobs. Okay, but Obama responded by saying, I know. He knew that's a fact. But then
Uh-huh.
Okay, being fair that doesn't even make sense. Because, if you're trying to get more tax money, and lowering the capital gains will do it. But no, he wants to punish people, and, it's not a good idea. It's the way the guy thinks is just unimaginable what goes on in his head. I don't think anybody can really figure it out.
Well, another issue. Lately, what's happening is the government is lending money to the banks. All right, and instead of the banks lending the money to home buyers for 4%, they'd rather give it back to the government for a sure 1%. Do you think that's wrong that the government is letting the banks make money off of them rather than just getting the 4% from the people because they're unsure that they'll get their money back?
I don't think the government should be giving them money in the first place. Like I said, if a bank don't have money, it shouldn't be a bank.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I'm selling grass seed and I don't have any, that doesn't make me a grass seed seller anymore, does it? I shouldn't expect the government to give me the grass seed.
Well, what I was trying to say is that should the government stop this plan because if they're not gonna let money,
everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
Much.
Because if they keep doing that, then we're not gonna have anybody buying homes, and now the market's really bad. It's all screwed up, So before we end up the show, you have any questions you'd like to ask me?
No, not really. I just want to tell you, I think that presidents will be paying attention at some point.
Well, they'll have to because we gotta fix the country, and the problem is that our youth does not pay attention to these issues.
What was the question?
I was saying that the youth does not pay attention to these issues. They can care less.
Well, the young people in this country right now are waking up and learning because what happened in the 70s with Carter and then what Clinton tried to do. A lot of people think that Clinton was a good president. If he went unchecked, he would have been, pretty bad. But when they voted in the Republicans to run the Congress and the Senate, that's what changed things around. And one thing I give Clinton credit for is going along with the Republicans, where Obama's not going to do that. But a lot of young people when they voted for this guy, they didn't realize what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I predicted the day he took office that we were going to take the House and Senate.
You said that in the earlier video. Remember, you said that on your website.
Yeah, well, I have it on a blog from a year ago, but I predicted it 2 years ago, actually, that from what he was saying, he was another Carter. So a lot of young people didn't know that, but now if they see that they can't get a job because of what's going on.
The sad thing is that all these young people, these kids, these teenagers who are allowed to vote now, these young adults, they fell for the propaganda like hope and change, and they fell for all these mindless promises. And
exactly, you can't get anywhere on hope. You have to have action.
Yeah.
And what they're seeing now is they can't get a job. They can't borrow money to start a business. They can't, afford this or that.